throughout the day, I woke up and it felt weird. Today felt different. Today felt like it felt like there was no real problems in the world. I woke up and like white people were friendly with me. Every white dude, like white dudes were holding doors for me and shit. Like, hey, after you, friend. How's it going, pal? Just I don't know these white people. They're just super nice to me. And I go, what the fuck's going on? Come to find out, Kyle Rittenhouse got acquitted. Yeah, charges dismissed. Welcome to the weekend show, ladies and gentlemen. This news, right? This is the biggest story of the fucking, I think, of the year, if not, well, the last 2 years. For those of you that don't know, for those people living under a rock, this guy Kyle Rittenhouse went to a Black Lives Matter movement with an AR-15, and he was protecting his neighborhood, right? He thought, he doesn't want to see his friend's dad's store or some shit like that. His friend's dad's store getting looted, and he was cleaning up graffiti, and he's like a vigilante for the most part, a 17-year-old kid with a gun. And he said he's just going to protect his community, right? He doesn't want to see the peaceful protests get violent, which, if you've seen the pallets of bricks laying around and the federal agents screaming, let's start looting, they can't arrest us, there's always a federal agent at a protest, right? It's weird. It's actually very weird. But yeah, there's just somehow these protests always break out into violence in America. So he was patrolling the streets with an little AR-15. Get him on the street, and it was legal in Kenosha in America. And apparently a guy tried to hit him. I think it was one guy tried to hit him with a skateboard, and he shot him. He's like, fuck that. Bow. He shot that guy. Then another guy came up, and I don't know if it was a skateboard first or that was the second one, but either way, some guy was like trying to take the barrel. He'd like held the barrel of the gun, trying to disarm him. And the weird thing was, yeah, he shot him too. And then there's another guy that pulled an illegal gun on him. He had his gun legally. And the other guy got shot in the hand. So this guy was pretty precise with his shots. I mean, for a 17-year-old kid toting an AR-15, he's pretty precise. And then and I guess the judge found out too. Like, the judge was like, well, after all the evidence and everything, and to be fair, if you looked into it, I was kind of reading up on it. And I mean, it's like the biggest fucking thing this is the biggest trial that I've ever seen in the last decade or so. This magnitude reached everywhere. It was like a worldwide thing. Like, it was kind of like the pandemic. Worldwide, it fell through so many different facets of life, and the weird thing was, people go like, why did the black people care so much about this? Why black people? This is our thing. He shot white people, guys. Stay out of this. And they forget to mention that it happened at a Black Lives Matter rally, like a protest, right? Like, a white guy shot a couple of guys. I was like, why would black people be concerned? Because this is supposed to be about us, guys. I don't want to say anything. It was supposed to be this is Black Lives Matter, and some guy comes in with an AR-15 and starts shooting people. But the thing is, it was self-defense. He defended himself, right? And I don't know. Just if you take a look at fucking Kyle Rittenhouse, you take a look at his picture. I'll give you a second to Google it. Google his photo. Doesn't he look like an active shooter? Like, if I ever seen one, he looks like the guy that plays pumped up kicks in the gym locker room. He looks like the guy. Yeah, he puts it on the speaker. He's like, "Yo, teach, pass me that aux cord. I got something." And he bangs pumped up kicks while putting a broomstick on the gym doors to lock him in. This guy looks like he tells his best friend, "Hey, listen, man, don't come in tomorrow, man. I'll see you on the other side." Dude, Kyle Rittenhouse looks like, well, to be honest, he just looks like an active shooter. Like, I'd seen him and someone was like, yo, this guy, oh, fuck, my bad. Okay, getting a little too, oh, fuck. Getting a little too, oh, shit. My camera. I was getting a little too worried about Kyle Rittenhouse. It's a good shot. Someone told me, my buddy was like, yo, check this guy out, man. And he was telling me the thing, and I was like, he shoot somebody? He's like, how'd you know? It's like, I could tell what kind of guy he looks like. He looks like a shooter. But the thing is, he did self-defense, man. If you really truly seen what was going on, and I think the weird thing about it was, like, he shot fucking, like, some pretty fucking, like, if to shoot that many, like, or to have it, that the people that fucking tried to take his gun, he shot all guys, and the two guys that he killed and the other guy, they were all like criminals. Like, he technically, like, he did, well, technically what the police was supposed to do. Like, he was cleaning up graffiti, he was patrolling, making sure no one got hurt. And then he fucking shot the guys that were literally trying to bring him violence. It's kind of, I guess it's hard to wrap your head around. Oh, this camera's all fucked. It's for like, I guess, Democrats, right? And to be honest, I don't think people care. In Canada, at least, people don't care that much about Americans. But I mean, I guess we do care. What am I saying? This is all we care about. We only care about Americans. Fuck our politics. But I don't think, like, the Democrats truly understand, like, danger. Like, and like the liberals, like the fucking lefties or whatever you want to call it. Like, this is, like, people's lives, right? And to be honest, little Kyle Rittenhouse, 17-year-old kid walking around with an AR-15, was naive. It was silly. But you don't go to jail for being stupid. You don't go to jail for not knowing the true danger that you were in or what you put yourself in. You truly don't. I mean, he probably didn't grasp the reality of the situation till somebody clocked him in the head with a skateboard, which is a very scary thing to think about, especially when he has an AR-15. And to be honest, it's not like he once he got hit in the head, he didn't just start firing at other people running around causing chaos. A bunch of people, it's broke out into for some reason, again, the pallet of bricks thing. Like, why is the pallet of bricks and a guy yelling, hey, let's start looting and shooting? Like, they can't stop us all. They can't arrest. It's a Fed boy. What are you doing over here, Fed boy? Why you? We're just trying to have a peaceful protest over here. And it is weird because, like, he'd probably truly in his mind, a 17-year-old kid, had like some sort of weird messiah complex, and I dealt with that. It's every kid that wants to be something and wants to change the world does experience something like that. And even women, the messiah complex, where shouts out to my new album that just dropped, Mortals Make Messiahs. They just feel like they could change the world. But when it comes down to it, like, what he did, he dealt with it. He cried on the stand, and we watched him cry. And for some reason, LeBron James made fun of him. That was a weird thing to do, LeBron. For a guy that cries quite a bit in basketball, he's like, oh, you save those crocodile tears. And there's a lot of memes, mostly racist, but there's a lot of memes out there that were like, dude, LeBron, what are you doing? Like, this kid's fucking 18, man, and he's experiencing, like, well, the deaths of the people from his own hands. Like, he's PTSD for sure. He had to be experiencing something. He's not some heartless guy. He's just a kid that truly believed that he's gonna try to police his community, because they did the whole defund the police, and the media twists and turns and on all this shit, and they lie, and there's a lot of undercutting in the media and the clickbait and overreactions. And with these clickbait articles, it's very easy to get swept up into, like, just scrolling through your news feed, people posting news, and you look at the headlines, and they're eye-catching, and they're anger-inducing, and they incite people to actually act out. The January 6th shit. Fucking the guy in Black Lives Matter with the fucking Chaz taking over. Like, it's like there's a pandemic, and if you only get your news from like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, you're gonna have a bad time. I can guarantee you, because I've been through that. And sometimes when I get into that feedback loop where I'm just scrolling through fucking Instagram, I go, this world, like any AI bot would turn into Ultron. Any sort of fucking person that's not a person, any sort of like other world alien that can comprehend what we're doing and comprehend what, if they took one look at Twitter, it's over for us. We're done. We're not going to live. If some sentient robot or AI gets manufactured and learns everything about human history on Twitter, we're fucked. We're fucked. Because Twitter makes everything blown out of proportion. And then there's also people like on the other side of the playing down these things. Like, actual murder took place, people, on that day when Kyle Rittenhouse went in there. Actual murder, and people are like, it's good. It's good. Yeah, he did good. And to be honest, yeah, well, it was one guy like came out to be a pedophile or whatever. But there's just certain things like to get, like, it's even if he killed the people in self-defense and they were pieces of shit, it's still hard to grasp just saying kill them in cold blood. It's a hard thing to it's a hard thing to just justify yourself. It's like you can make a tweet, yeah, that's funny, make fun of it, but man, he's gonna have to live with his whole life knowing that he took two people's lives. And I don't know whether they're grown men. I don't know. And I don't know. Self-defense, though. That's the thing. Self-defense. I've gotten a machete put on me. And to tell you the truth, man, I had an AR-15 while a little guy was fucking machete on my fucking throat, saying like he's gonna kill me because I put up a fight while he was trying to take my chain. Or no, he took my fucking watch. I had a gold watch. That's the reason why I don't buy gold anymore. First time I ever fucking almost died because I bought a $300 watch, and it wasn't even real gold. It wasn't even real gold. Well, it was real gold, but there was a diamond in it, but the diamond wasn't real. He thought it was real. And the thing was, man, when he had, like we fought, and he had a machete, he pulled out a machete because he was like trying. At first, he was like, intimidation, but I go, this guy's not gonna do anything. So I fucking tackled him, and it was a fight. We were actually fighting. I'm like, fuck this guy. I'm like, because he took my shit, and while he turned his back, I'm fucking tackled him to the ground trying to get my shit back, right? The thing is, at that point, he probably could have killed me, and it would have been, I don't know if it would have been self-defense, but he robbed me, so it's my self-defense. But there was a point when he had the machete on my throat, and he took a second. And I think he was a native guy, and I was bullshitting with him, right? I was like, yo, I'm native too, man. This is what look at what they do to us, Just get some shit to get into his head. And it was weird because it made him stop and think. And as he was stopping and thinking, I was like, oh great, he's buying this, right? A fucking a black man and a white girl were walking by, and they were dressed nice, so they were probably in the upper echelons of wealth. They were walking by. And I was like, help, help, call the police. This guy's fucking, they looked and they seen the guy with a machete on a guy's fucking neck, right? They were like, they scurried off, and I go, fuck, interracial couple. They would have made me, you know what I mean? A black man, white woman. They would have made me. And I'm like, they would have just, I don't know if they called the police or not, but the guy got the hint and he just took off on his bike and ran. And it was a weird scenario, but I go, if I had a gun in that situation, I probably would have shot him. To be honest, like in that scenario, because I thought I was going to dude, machete on your throat. You had to pull out all the stops. You had to play like the race card, which I mean, it's not a very good card because we're both native. I'm part native. But he was like, I just remember like that feeling of complete powerlessness and like not knowing, like, dude, this might be if I'm gonna die over a chain, or sorry, a fucking watch. I was gonna die over a watch, dude. But it was like I was defending myself, man. I was fighting. I was putting up a fight, and I beat him up a little bit until I was like, I watched him pick up his bike and he fucking he tossed the bike at me, and I was like, what the fuck? And I took it a little bit, and I just clocked him a couple of times in the gut or something. It was just a weird, messy fight, and to be honest, man, it was scary as shit. My heart was racing. I was mad. He stole my iPod, and it was locked. I had a lock key on my iPod Touch. He tosses the ground. It shattered. It still works though. It still worked for the longest. It still worked for like 5 years. But I just remember thinking, like, man, I would have died in that situation because I didn't walk around with a knife, and I don't walk around with a knife or a gun or anything like that. But at that point, it was fucking late. I was gonna go see my brother, and he didn't even answer at that time. But it was just a weird scenario because it's a completely helpless scenario. You have no options. Calling out help, and if those people didn't help, and that guy was like, fuck, I have to fucking bury this if the cops are involved, and he could have killed me. He definitely could have killed me. And to be honest, in that situation, if Kyle Rittenhouse was thinking, like, dude, if this guy gets my gun in a fight like that, man, and you got to put yourself in a fight. You got to put yourself in a fighting position. Nobody fights fair. Nobody. In a street fight, nobody fights fair. Dude's trying to take his gun. Dude hit him with a skateboard. You know what I'm saying? Dude pulled an illegal gun on him, but he didn't fire. And that small hesitation is what saved his life, ultimately, because if he pulled that firearm on him and shot him, he would have been dead. You know, I'll leave you guys with that thought. It just took a little hesitation for that guy with a knife on my throat I just said shit. I was saying whatever I could to give him a hesitation, to make him think. Like, think about what you're doing, man. You're gonna kill me for fucking a watch? A watch, bro? And he stopped, man. He stopped, and I'm alive today, man. To this day, I'm alive. So it's just it was just weird. It's a weird thing, man, and it's scary. It's when you're in a dangerous situation, man. I live in the hood, and I've come to expect fucked up shit. I've come to expect the worst from people, which ultimately puts me in a naturally positive outlook. I don't think, like, Kyle Rittenhouse lived. I don't know how he lived. I don't know, to be honest. I'm not too sure, but if he lived his life, like, he probably never expected what went on to go on. He didn't go, you know damn well, the judge knew. He didn't go there to fucking murder somebody. He went there to try to protect whatever the hell he thought his community was, whatever the hell and he goes, oh shit. And people go like, yeah, now you know how bad it is. Like, dude, there's pallets of bricks laying around. There's a Fed boy fucking yelling, break shit. Let's steal. And you're like, who is this guy dressed with these fucking aviator shades on, bald cut with a mustache, and a fucking sheriff's badge sitting in a fucking unmarked car, yelling with a fucking one of those megaphones. Like, hey, they can't stop us all. Let's do another Jan 6. Let's go. Like, what's going on, people? It's weird. It's weird that there's always a Fed boy lurking in the distance. But yeah, like, if you grow up a certain way, you've come to expect a certain lifestyle. And I think when Kyle Rittenhouse was walking around with that AR-15 and the riots started breaking out, people started going crazy, he got scared. You've seen in the videos of him running, man. It's not like a trained professional, and if that's the guy to clean up like this, like he's not even a vigilante at that point. He's not precise. It's sad that like they were trying to defund the police. They're trying to do all of this extra shit, like let people steal things under. It's that, to be honest, that doesn't help, because you get a Kyle Rittenhouse. You get a guy going like, man, I want to just protect the community, man. I want to just. And it's weird that I did make that whole joke, because I wasn't really even paying attention to this thing. But I made that joke of me having my gun, on last Solo Dolo podcast. I was saying some shit about how, I want to be a vigilante or whatever, but I didn't really know what was truly going on. It was silly. I was just doing that because of trying to talk about how good guns are or whatever. But it's weird that people do truly believe like that. People in America, especially, believe that guns are some people believe guns are the root of all evil. Some people believe guns are the true solution to every crime. I just shoot him. He's looting, shoot him. Shoot his hand, or he's, he's troubled, shoot him. If he's troubled, give him a gun and he'll figure it out. Take some shots of that. And then, the gun problem in America is a problem. But every now and then it does work out. Every now and then it does work out, and it worked out for him in that scenario. And you can ask yourself the hardest question that I don't think many people had asked themselves is if you truly believe that Kyle Rittenhouse protected his life with his gun, do you think that action would have been taken on him when he was walking around if he didn't have that gun? If he didn't have an AR-15 shouldered with it just blatantly out in the open, would have people tried to stop him? Would people have tried to take the gun away? Would people try to assault him? I don't know. And to be fair, though, would he even be there without a gun? Those are hard questions, because it doesn't matter what he did. He did, thankfully, because he had a gun. He had a fucking big gun. What kind of gun did he have? He had the gun of a long barrel variety. I don't know what that means, but I don't know. Don't look too much into that. I just I like to ask hard questions. I like to be on the side of truly split. I like to ride the middle for a while. And with this one is hard because there's so many people on different sides. So many people. And people you think would be on one side is on the other side. People you thought, you'd be like, dude, what? Don't you hate guns? Yeah, but what he did was great with the gun. He did his best with a gun. And then there's some people that love guns and go, yeah, this isn't a good look for the gun community. It's tough. I'm split, and I was very confused. I didn't understand I didn't understand how truly I felt, right? I was asking myself, like, and especially the black community, I was asking, like, the black community, I'm like, hey guys, like, what up, niggas? I was like, what do we do? What are we doing? Are we looting when Kyle gets off? Or are we rioting when he gets jail time? What if he gets charged? Do we loot, or do we riot when he's free, or root? Do we root to loot, or do we try and riot? I'm not too sure. I was asking these guys, and they didn't even have the answers. And I said, fuck it. I'm going to do both, right? I even started the pre-trial riots. I was doing looting while the case was still in court, right? I was just angry. I gotta get it out of my system. Luckily, at my city, they allow for about up to $300 of stolen property and stolen goods and services. And then he got off, and I go, wow. And I go to take a TV from Walmart, and then I seen a guy with an AR-15. He's like, not so fast. I go, oh. So I dropped the TV, right? Ah, damn, almost had you. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. Oh my god, dude. Okay, all right, let's go. Yeah, but uh, it's just weird how many white people are so happy today, dude. It's ridiculous. This is, he just got acquitted or whatever. End of Friday, was it November 19th? He's acquitted, and oh, dude, the white people are just loving it. And I go, and maybe some black people like LeBron James that don't really truly understand the depths of real society. He has lived his whole life as a basketball player, and some black people, they're like, well, he should have done time. And I go, dude, what are you talking about, dude? Who cares? And he's like, oh, no, but this is blatant racism. And I go, dude, he shot 3 white people, like, and a Black Lives Rally movement. Like, I think he's for the people. I think he's for the boys. You know what I mean? I'm willing to give the crown of king of black people to Kyle Rittenhouse, right? Giving him the crown. I'm giving him the jewels. I will give him the king of black people sash, and he can wear it proudly. And if Kyle Rittenhouse comes to my door and says, listen, I'm going to need you to pick some cotton, I go, right away, sir. Yes, sir. I go, this motherfucker was protecting the Black Lives Matter protest, right? He was doing his part, and he shot and the thing is, a black person did assault. Came out that a black person was assaulting him, and he chose not to shoot. He's like, I can't shoot a black guy at this rally. I'll never see the light of day. So he shot a bunch of white people, right? It was oh god, dude. Remember, this is a comedy podcast, right? The views expressed by Mediumjay do not reflect on the actual human being that plays Mediumjay. Well, baby, let's go. If Kyle Rittenhouse dropped a mixtape, I'm done, dude. I'm sorry. I'm checking out right there. I gotta quit the rap game. I am not going to be able to ever have a rap career. This guy is the most gangsters motherfucker ever. I'm pretty sure if Kyle Rittenhouse dropped a mixtape and dropped a few N-bombs, people would go, you know what, maybe not mess with that. Maybe not mess with that white boy. I think the only person to take Eminem's throne as far as the king of rap would be Kyle Rittenhouse, because he'd go, the guy actually shot somebody. If he's just with a bunch of gangsters, if he just hung out with a bunch of gangsters and got G'd up, I would be like, dude, I gotta quit. Dude. No more albums. Retired. Take all my music off the shelves, the digital shelves, and just go, dude, I can't compete with this motherfucker. He's already got 2 bodies and counting, because he's it's not like he's gonna stop walking around with an AR-15. I'm sure he's probably patrolling the riots that are going on. He's fighting the riots that for his trial. He's like, dude, I'm just showing up to protect the community again, dude. Like, Kyle Rittenhouse with his fucking AR-15 sitting on the shoulder, like smoking a cigarette. Like, you know what? Actually, fuck it, I'm gonna get my cigarette. Try me, bitch. He's just sitting there like, y'all motherfuckers really want to do this? Put those cans of graffiti back. Dude, I don't know, man. It is fucked out here, dude. It is fucked when they defund the police. It is fucked when a 17-year-old person, fuck it, 17-year-old kid with an AR-15 did more than most police in their career, dude. Let's be honest, dude. He gave the fucking the biggest reason why a teen in America needs a fucking long-barreled gun with a fucking semi-automatic rifle and a couple of scopes and maybe a laser, because that nigga was precise. He was precise with that shit, man. Like, get the fuck out of here. I don't care, man. It's a dangerous feeling when somebody's fucking beating you up. It's a scary feeling. You don't know what's going on, and you don't know. And dude, walking around with a fucking big ass gun, and someone's trying to take that big ass gun. I would be real, man. That shit scared. Like hearing the story and trying to read what was going on in the testimonies, it's scary to see that he was put in that situation. Because what was it, like the Joseph Rosenberg guy was like a 37-year-old dude. Like, what are you doing? Trying to fucking, you know what I mean? And then the other guy with the skateboard and shit, or the fucking guy on the stand that said, dude, I'm gonna be real with you boys. No, we're trying to lock this motherfucker up. But he didn't start shooting me until I pointed my illegal gun at him. And the guy's just like, Jesus fucking Christ. His attorney was like, you know, you're not supposed to fucking say, yeah, I told you to lie, didn't I? you could just read his lips. He'd be like, he reads his mind. You go, I told that guy to lie like 7 times before we did this thing. You know, and then they magically found like a 4K edition video to the thing, and it was blurry at the beginning, but then when they realized it was over, they're like, you know what, we somehow got the clearer version of it, and they showed exactly what was going on, and the lawyer that was trying to prosecute Kyle, he looked like a snake. He looked like a little weasel snake. And again, this is like white society, so I'm watching it like a movie with popcorn. I'm like, no niggas in trouble today. We, take a break, niggas. the motherfuckers were talking all throughout the fucking trial. Like, oh, this shit wild. Oh, nigga, shit, dude. Nigga, if I was there, bro, I would have been like Rambo, you know what I'm saying, man? Bah, bah, bah. No. But, you know how, like, it's just silly to, like, white America, like, and it's weird how much impact. Like, I think the last time I truly felt like actual justice is being served, and in this, because a lot of people were saying, like, I mean, it's Twitter, so it's Twitter, Twitter. It's Twitter. I was on Twitter. I had to stop Twitter this whole week just because it got ridiculously depressing. With everybody going like, this kid's this, he's a monster and he's a psychopath. And on the back end, people were going, this is why people need guns. Everybody, a baby should be born with an AK at least in his hand. At least a fucking 9mm. Things like that. And you just go, what? Trying to be rational on Twitter is like trying to be nice in jail. You know what I mean? It's jail rules in Twitter land. It's prison rules. Everybody's trying to make someone else to be the big bitch. They don't want to be the big bitch. So everyone's doing, and I get it. I'm on Twitter too, so I do partake in a little bit of that shit. But I will admit that I have the decency to look at it and go, you know what? I gotta fucking delete this shit. Every couple of months. I'll take a week or 2 off. Because, man, y'all motherfuckers know how to slang shit, dude. Like, I just thought, like, this thing is going to be big, and he might not get a fair trial because of the publicity. But then when enough eyes go on it, and if the judge does the right thing, and the jury truly isn't corrupted, you see the MSNBC shit going on, like they're doing like Princess Diana, like following the jury bus around, trying to fucking capture pictures of the jury to disclose their information, and the judge outright called that shit. The judge called out so much shit that I didn't know much about trials. I've never been on trial. Despite my rap music, I'm actually not a fucking criminal, and I've never been in the court system other than whatever fucking parking things and stupid like fucking car shit where it's like, hey, your parking tickets. And I go, suck my balls, here's $50, keep the change, shit like that. But I've never been in like an actual fucking felony charge. I don't know if it was felony charges or it was actually homicide. It was a felony. It was felony charges that they were trying to slap this boy with. And the judge was like, dude, we're going to have to fucking look into this whole MSNBC because y'all guys are going to pay for this shit. That's what he's like. He's like, yo, you motherfuckers cannot fucking follow around the jury trying to fucking share the information and faces of these people. It's a fucking trial. Remember this. Is ridiculous. And then fucking the shady ass fucking prosecutor too was like, you know, so Kyle, why the fuck were you silent during your arrest? And it was like he was trying to do the ponder me this, Mr. Rittenhouse. Why were you silent during your arrest? Were you hiding something? And the judge was like, wait a minute, hold on a sec. Jury leave, everybody leave, cameras off. You can't just ask a guy why he was exercising the Miranda rights that the cops read to you. You have the right to remain silent until you can get an attorney present at the time. You dumb fuck. You know what I mean? Like, the judge was like, dude, like, you're walking on, like, borderline. We're just going to take your fucking law degree and rip it out. And to be honest, I think they should, man. Because if you really wanted to convict Kyle Rittenhouse, I'll tell you how you do it. You go, Kyle, come over here for a second, man. Why? Like the crying too. You let him do the talking, and he'd just cry himself, and people would go like, you know, this is kind of weird. You ask Kyle, like, hey, Kyle, why did you show up? You just wanted to protect the community, right? Now, why did you do it with, why did you do it with a gun that big? It's like that can't have been the only gun you had, right? He said, well, these things get out of hand. So you're expecting somebody to see you. And you look like a shooter. Let's be honest, Kyle. You look like a shooter. You look like you're a threat, don't you? And he goes, yeah, but... And then the son of a bitch, and this is what happened in reality, the son of a bitch goes, here, let me just show you how you look like. And he took his gun and he started waving it around in the courtroom. There's pictures, you gotta Google this. There's pictures of him waving his own gun around in the courtroom. Completely threw off what he was trying to do. He should have said, Kyle, here, you take the gun. I want to see how it looks. It's unloaded. It's all safety's on. Jury, look at this man with his gun. Now, do you think that if one or two people tried to stop him, do you think that you already know what I'm getting at, and it's kind of shady because I'm lying, all right? But you can do a lot better if you wanted to convict a guy, if you wanted to fuck around, if you wanted to tamper with evidence. Oh no. I don't even know what I was going to say. I was going to say something dumb, but oh no, I'm tampering with it. Oh, here I go, tampering with evidence again. Fucking dumb fucking prosecutor, right? Should be. I think Kyle deserves one shot anywhere he chooses on that guy's body. One bullet. And you shoot him in the shoulder or something. You know what I mean? Shoot him in the right hand. He can't jack off. Kyle deserves something, because like he's never gonna have the same life he did. He's never gonna be able to patrol around the streets again with an AR-15. Not in peace. Let that sit in for a little. He's never gonna be able to, clean up graffiti like he did in his pastime. How can he play Call of Duty after the PTSD that he suffered through and the courts that made him relive it, and his weird kind of cry? His cry did look fake, let's be honest, but his cry was a 17-year-old kid that probably never cried before. He looks like a white kid that had a pretty good life, legitimately thought to himself, I'm gonna clean up the streets. And like, seriously, like, if I tell my friends this, I'm gonna clean up the they go, fuck off, you can't clean up shit, you piece. Look at you, do your dishes, you dumb fuck. And I go, yeah, that's true. I think he was maybe like Kyle Rittenhouse. Maybe he just didn't have a girlfriend or anything like that, and just like, fuck it, dude. Like, I'm willing to die protecting a fucking store or whatever. But then some actual shit popped off, and he ended up being in the right. Now, I would not try this at home for anybody. I wouldn't try doing the Kyle Rittenhouse thing, is just patrolling your streets and then expecting that the right time you're going to be able to pull off a weird, like, last stand. I mean, dude had Call of Duty perks. He's only 17. Kyle, how did you get last stand? You don't get that till you're level 59 in Call of Duty. Dude had sleight of hand. He was reloading like a motherfucker. You don't get that till you're at least 26 level. You know, I've never been able to unlock an AR-15 at that caliber with the scopes that he had at level 17. Shit. But you know, we just want Kyle to just have a normal life, right? People that is a decent human beings all across the world, kind of united in this. I mean, because you kind of see, mothers can see their little son with this guy. They go, he's fucking dumb. You know, he's dumb, but he didn't mean to go out there and just shoot people. Because if you get hit in the head with an AR-15, I'm going to be real. I had an AR-15. I'm walking around the streets, and this is me in a situation I'll never put myself in. Even at 17, I would never been that type of person. But if I was in that situation and the skateboard hit my head, I am firing that clip until it's empty on everybody, because this is a weird revenge. I'm dazed, I'm confused, I'm angry. I'm like, dude tried to fucking kill me. This is self-defense, and just unloading into the fucking crowd. He took a lot. That's a lot of restraint, and to run away with the fucking AR-15 while people are chasing you. More than just one. It was more than just one person. Multiple people. And so he did the right thing as far as you're concerned. And he truly had the splitting image of the Second Amendment at play out. He did exactly what the responsible gun owner should do, aside from thinking that you can police your community. You know, like, I hope that the judge gave him some final words. Is like, dude, like, you know, maybe the next protest, sit out, dude. Like, just don't go to it. Don't show up, because and this is obvious, but needs to be said. There's people fucking really mad, and he's a real famous guy now. He's like the I guess golden child for the right and left people on that side. I don't know, Democrats and Republicans. The Democrats are gonna hate the shit out of him, dude. Like, they're gonna hate the shit out of him just for what kind of point he made as far as gun control. Guns don't need to be controlled, because responsible people tend to do the right things with the guns. He fucking protected his life, and if not, maybe several others. People want to say that Kyle Rittenhouse did he did the world a service, because, you know, and this is not how I feel, but this is what I've seen. I mean, I've read through the news, I've read through the tweets, I've read through social media. I got a lot of opinions before I started this. There's no fucking, I lost my paper. I don't even know where it is. This is all just what's been going on in the last week or so. A lot of people truly on both sides are fucked, because on the right side, they go, he deserved it. All of the people that the two people that he killed and the one guy that he shot, they all deserve. They're all pieces of shit, and they can rot in hell. And that's a hard way to look at it, life, if you truly believe like that. There's no redemption arc for those guys. And on the other side, they're angels. Other people pick the side that they're angels, and nothing can go wrong with these people except for the fact that one night Kyle Rittenhouse shot them. That's a weird way to look at life, man, because that's in black and white, and I don't think black, as you can contest, life isn't always black and white. I'm a half black dude that looks white. So my life's fucked, people. My life's fucked. You know, I was thinking the other day. Well, actually, I was thinking today. I go, it's weird, man. Like, I look like the future people. I look like what everybody's probably going to turn out to be. Maybe a little darker. I don't really work on my tan. I'm what they call a gamer. I stay inside all day, even when it's sunny, for the most part. And play video games all the time. Don't get a lot of sun. But I do look like... I do look like, at the times, if you fall on either side, if you're a racist, Republican, you could look at me and go, he's probably going to steal something. And if you're on the Democratic side, you look at me and go, wow, what a good angel, you know? He did nothing wrong. While I'm standing over a guy stabbing him. It's like, oh, he's misunderstood. He's dealing with traumatic events from the slavery era, you know? And it's weird. It's weird how, Democrats and Republicans, and there's niggas. There's just niggas in the fucking, in America that just have no real say in how they're being dealt with. You know what I mean? Like, they should have the black party. You know, they got the red party and the blue party. It's fucking... Obama was the black party he had to fall on a Democratic side, and he had to do a lot of the Democratic shit, but it should just be, I don't know, but who would run the black party? Dude, imagine if they got OJ. He's just like, you know what, he served his time, and then he was acquitted for what he did, and they got OJ to run the black party. Stupid joke. But I think someone like, I don't know, Dave Chappelle, The Rock. We got to get The Rock. I don't know. Kanye was he was good to run for office. What the fuck? Where am I going with this? I don't know. But I don't know. It's just constantly Republicans and Democrats. And to be honest, people go, black people have to be loving of Democrats. Black people have to love Democrats. Why don't you love Democrats? And I think really black people are like, dude, these guys don't give a shit about us and pretend they do, Democrats. And the Republicans pretend they don't give a shit about us, but they kind of do, you know? So you go like, these, none of them look like solid parties for a true black person. They go, what's the point? And then niggas don't even register to vote. Niggas don't, their ID. Black people have to show up with their registration, but it's hard for them to get IDs. You go like, again, a black guy's like, dude, I just don't have an ID because I take the bus, nigga. Like, the fuck? He pays like $20. A black person is just economical at some points, man. It's not like we're living in poverty. There's some times where I just go, I ain't paying my student loans. I could pay them. Don't get me wrong. I can pay them. And my credit's probably fucked because of this. I can pay my student loans. But I go, as long as some bitches, a bitch just calls me and goes, hey, and I go, just call me in a month because I'm going to forget. I always forget to just pay. I just forget. I play video games a lot. A lot of video games and a lot of podcasting and a lot of rap goes into my days. Writing, recording, and streaming. That's what I do a lot of the time. So I tell like my banks and my loans and student loans and the car notes, I go, just call me the next time I need to pay, because the majority of my day, I forget a lot of things. I forget a lot of promises that I make. I forget a lot of fucking things I signed up for, doctor's notes. Haven't been to the dentist. I've scheduled dentist appointments about 5 times in the last 5 years. Missed every one of them because I forgot. Oh, fucking my goddamn phone. I forget to set up a good tripod on my phone, right? I'm like, I gotta buy a tripod. Still haven't done it. It's literally hanging on the webcam. Like it's barely, it slides off every now and then. That's what I live life, man, to be honest. So I can see why a black guy in America just doesn't get an ID. My buddy, I think, lives in Vegas, right? Shouts out to my buddy. Gonna get on a podcast. He always tells me he's gonna get on a podcast, but he's black, so he always forgets. Shows up on Black People Day, right? And I was like, dude, let me get this straight. You don't have a bank account? He's 27. He's like, nah, nigga, I don't need a bank account. I do it all on a phone, like Cash App or something. I fucking go and cash my check. And I go, why do you do that? He's like, well, I'm not paying fees and shit. And I go, you know what, man? It's fucking genius. I end up spending so much money on fucking... And if you can get away with not having a bank account, like if I just told my work, hey, I don't have a bank account, just give me the check and I'll go deposit it. Go to the check cashing place. Check. Because, dude, once a month for unlimited transaction, $14 a month, $14.99, you're paying $15 a month. And then if that check, if something goes through and you don't have the money, you get fucking that overdraft. It's $45 every time. So I have two things that come out with my insurance for my car. And when that hits and I'm like $2 off, and it's like I don't know, all in all like $290 something. If I'm at $280 and it comes back in, and I get negative $90 added on to what I didn't have. So I end up losing 90, that like 80. I'm at $190 because I just didn't have $10. So I can get not having a bank account. I can get that, but I don't think white people get it. Like, why would you not just keep your money in the bank, Negro? Why? I'm trying to do a Dave Chappelle white person, because he's so good at doing that. Why? Let's just get a bank and set up a mutual funds account. Set up auto payments. Always have money in the bank. If you don't have money, ask your mother. Ask your mother or your family's wealth. Do you tell her to take out some money from her hedge fund? You know, a white person doesn't have that problem. And to be honest, I'm slowly learning about it. I mean, sooner rather than later, you gotta learn about wealth, and you gotta learn about investing, and you gotta learn about credit. And I've learned that with all this shit, all the fucked up games I played with the creditors, and all the times where I'd go, you put me on hold for like 30 minutes. I'm now busy, and then what I do is I'll be like, can you just hold for like 10 minutes? I just got to do something right now. And they go, yeah, sure. And then I put the phone down and I turn on Eazy-E, cruising down the street in my full blast. And I go, fuck you. You know what I mean? Play that song. Then I end up forgetting that he's on hold. I picked up the phone again and I go, you're still there? He's like, yeah. I'm like, go fuck yourself. Click. That's what I do to creditors. And I'm slowly learning that, well, I can't buy a plate. I can't buy a home. Can't rent a car, and people don't trust me. But I would have thought that my credit would have been so bad. You know what I mean? I was like, isn't my credit the worst? They go, actually, your credit is not as bad as you think. And I go, wait, so that means out of all the fucking half payments I did and all the bullshit, there's people that live their whole life never paying things back, ever. So any loan that they ever got, they never paid it back. I make partial payments here and there. I go, I'll toss you a 50. I'm right at there's a line of the credit. I'm right about here. I'm at this, if I did some work, I could be here. So it's literally not as bad as I thought. I would have thought I thought I would have had, like, government needs to assassinate me bad credit, Like, I thought, like, they're going to have to JFK me because my credit is that bad. Like, they can't even trust me with, like my I'm surprised. Because every company fucking checks your credit score nowadays, which I don't know why. But it's a weird thing that they had to do. They had to check my credit score. Like, how bad do you need this job, right? I thought I wasn't going to get my job because my credit was fairly bad. But they go, no, we've seen worse. We've seen worse. That's what the banks say. We've seen worse, and I'm still approved for certain types of loans. Just the ones that keep me in my credit ratings. And it's a funny thing, man. Like, it's like, you're not very good at paying your things because you're not able to pay things back on time, so we're gonna have to penalize you with more fees. It's a slippery slope. But at the bottom, everyone knows when you're at the bottom, getting to that top on a slippery slope is harder than staying on top of that hill, no matter how slippery that slope is. And to tie it all back into what I was talking about, right now Kyle has what we call clout. You know, he has the credit of America. And that boy can do almost anything he wants, because this is ridiculous. This is like, if he started a show called Should I Shoot Him? And he could do a podcast, and he just discusses events that unfold in the media, in life, celebrity gossip. You know, something happens. Oh, the Travis Scott concert. Should I shoot him? You know what? You know, or what happened? Alec Baldwin. Should I shoot him? If he just did a podcast like that, I'm telling you, it would probably be one of the funniest things ever. Like, he could do pretty much anything. I said this earlier. He could do a fucking rap and mixtape, dude. And I'm pretty sure, dude, he would do the Bad Baby shit. You know? The Bad Baby. And to be honest, Bad Baby went on Dr. Phil. Kyle Rittenhouse was like the literal physical embodiment. The literal physical embodiment of the Second Amendment for gun-toting Americans. You know what I mean? And they're about at the equal amount of fame as far as, like, you know, women and men. You know, and I don't mean to make it a comparison, because I don't think Kyle Rittenhouse would ever shoot Daniel Bergoli or Bad Baby. But if she was a bad baby and he had to defend himself, she doesn't rap about a lot of guns. Let's be honest. You guys in the back, you know them. Yeah, you've listened to that shit. Y'all motherfuckers listen to a lot of that. She's very gangster, and she's going down a bad path. She's getting a little older. She was on OnlyFans. Name of the podcast: Should Kyle Rittenhouse kill Bad Baby? I don't know. Is we looting or is we rioting? I don't know. I'm just so I don't know. I'm just so appalled and then astonished, amazed. I couldn't believe that all of white society was in the best mood today, dude. Everybody was just like, how's it going, man? I'm gonna come help you, man. What do you need? And brother, come over here, man. Life is precious. Use it. Use that. Inspire people. I go, what the fuck is going? Did I wake up in white skin? Did I leave white paint on myself? Why are all these white people so happy? It blew my mind. And because through these weeks and what was going on, all white society was up in arms. You know? I live my life very with my nose to the grindstone. I don't pay attention to a lot of this shit. But this flew past everyone's radar. Everyone had to pick this one up. It was a big story. And I had to wait. The podcast was late. You know why? Took a week off. I was fucking around with my boys. Shouts to the boys. So we're going to do a real podcast soon. Taylor's coming through. We talk our shit. He's always good shit. Get some special guests going. Buddy is from Vegas. Is gonna be on soon enough. But where the fuck was I going with that? White America. What do you do when the guy protecting you needs to be protected? Dude, Don't tase me, bro. Shoot me. I don't know. I'm fucking dumb, dude. That's been the weekend show with Mediumjay. I'll end that shit right there. Like and subscribe. Again, shirts are out. Shirts came in yet? I need y'all boys to, everyone that got a fucking shirt. They went fast, too, by the way. I totally did not expect this many people to get that fat. A lot of you motherfuckers were mediums. A lot of you were small, dog. A lot of y'all motherfuckers are small and medium. And I sent it out and it was like, yo, I'm actually a large now. Yo, I'm actually an extra large, dog. I go, fuck, dude. Extra large and large are completely out of stock, bro. I'm wearing a medium. I had to give my medium. I had to give my large. I'm a large. I had to give my large out to somebody because they needed it. You know what I mean? And I support the team. Cash leads, baby. On crib. Wait, it's Kyle Rittenhouse? I ain't do nothing wrong, sir. But yeah, check out the mixtape, Mortals Make Size. That's the Mortals edition. It's the first edition, and this is an exclusive. I'm telling people first time, because people are like, dude, I thought it was gonna be a bigger album. People always in my ear. I thought you were doing like a 20-part song. So it's still going. Just gotta record it. Gotta take some time off. Watch this trial shit. Watch what's going on in America. What's going on in Canada. I got my dose. First dose. Work made me do it. Maybe I was bitching. It's not that bad. Felt kind of shitty. Got a couple side effects. I was doing like a lot of the podcasting and saying I'm not gonna get the vaccine. I'm gonna die or whatever. But again, I would come around and say I'll probably get it or whatever because government's got a AR-15 to my head saying we're just defending our community. I want to say something, but I don't want to say it. I want to leave it at that, and I should have left it at that. We're protecting our community. Hands behind my back. Okay, I'll get the shot. All right. I'm going to get the double dose coming soon. Check it out. It's dropping. So, yeah. Check out the mixtape. And the second mixtape's gonna come if I don't die from being fully vaccinated. If I don't suffer any problems, I'll drop it. Now I'll also drop a sneak attack. It'll be a brand new EP on Cash Leaders. It's gonna be dope. Gotta get that first out, then I'll drop the second part of the album. And I can't say too much about it. I'm going to surprise you guys with something that I'm telling you right now. But this is for the people that listen to the whole hour of me talking shit. And I know a lot of people, we'll get into this. A lot of people don't really understand what this podcast is or what I'm about. A lot of people think that Mediumjay, the character, is actually Psychopath J. And to be honest, it's like a Weird Al Yankovic character. It's like a like Dave Chappelle on stage, right? It's like a guy that tries to be. Well, I try to be the gun-toting American that lives in Canada for some reason. It's already silly. Like I've been watching the Trailer Park Boys I binge watched the 8 seasons. Up to the 8th season, and after the 8th season of the Trailer Park Boys, it gets a little shitty, and it got a little too bougie for me. I mean, like, why are they now rich now? They should just stick to that ghetto shit because it's so funny. But it's like Ricky or something. Like my character Mediumjay is silly, cartoonishly violent. Like I don't care about nothing. And it's really silly, and I don't think that people that get offended truly understand what even a podcast is to begin with, and they don't understand irony. A lot of people think when a joke doesn't land that they mean it. A lot of people truly believe that when a joke goes unlaughed at, that it becomes their truth, and you can demonize them off of that one truth. And to be honest, that's silly. That's very silly. It's like saying, hey, every single thought you've ever had is what you truly believe. It's what, and you try to work out bits and you try to work out things. If you're trying to do comedy, you try to look at life from different angles. You try to philosophize your ideas, and you try to give like silly rational thinking, like, oh, just shoot him. Yeah, shoot him. And you never in a million years would ever be like, I'm gonna just in real life grab a gun and shoot him, unless being placed in Kenosha with an AR-15. That's reality, right? And takes balls to do. And I just tell jokes here, people. That's all I do. I don't patrol my streets. I don't actually, with my gun, it's a fake gun, I don't actually go around trying to clean up the mess because, oh, dude, first of all, I'd be arrested. I'm not that. I mean, I'm black, but, I'm not that, I'm not that white. And I did tell. People would tell. But I think I would be held to a fair trial. And if the person's trying to take my gun, I could probably pull off the old self-defense clause. The problem is, though, they would have to play the podcast in court. And the shit, here's the thing. If I was in the middle of the fucking Rittenhouse trial, and I was Rittenhouse, and then they just pulled up the Mediumjay files, like the weekend show with Mediumjay, isn't it? You said a lot of bad shit. Like a lot. Like they could literally spin the dial of all my podcasts and go, Doom, this one, drop me off in Afghanistan. You said you sleep with a knife under your bed and then you pull it out and lick it? Like, are you implying that you're bloodthirsty, Jeff? Mediumjay? And I'd go, come on, man, that's obviously a joke. And they go, there's nothing funny about murder, Jeffrey. Mediumjay. There's nothing funny about murder, man. Now tell us again, what did you mean by that? I'd go, well, I never really licked a blade before, and I thought it'd be funny to say I sleep with a knife under my pillow and I just lick that shit. And you wanted to go into Afghanistan, right? And you thought you would be protecting the citizens by shooting and killing all the Taliban. You said that, and I'd go, you know what, man? It's obvious that it's a joke, right? And they'd go, my lawyer would look at me and he'd go, dude, don't even, just don't say anything right now. And I'd go, I have to get on stand, and I would give him an hour of this, where there'd be a lot of jokes where I'd say, I don't really care about those guys. They suck my dick. To be honest, I was under 18, so they probably would suck my dick. They're some pedophiles and deserve to die. And I'd take the mic and I'd just start performing. I'd start performing my one song where it's like, back on motherfucking bullshit, keep me a max strapped up with the full clip. And then I'd have a hype man doing the gunshots. Bah, 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 brah. It would turn into a concert, and then at the end they would go, yeah, just throw him away in prison. It's a terrible performance. Yeah, that's been the weekend show with Mediumjay. Actually, I wouldn't even say like there's gonna be another podcast next week. I have no idea when my buddies are doing. My loser friend, dude. My friends are such losers nowadays. I was thinking about this today. And you're getting a bonus. You're getting bonus content. This is bonus content. Bonus alert. Ooh, bonus alert. Ooh. They're fucking losers, man. My friends are like, oh yeah, dude, totally 1 hour of my time, that's easy. That's I do nothing all day anyways but drink and get high. And I go, come on, man. Like, just don't fuck me. Just be honest and say, if you can't do it, don't do it. Don't commit to it. And they're like, oh, dude, I got you. I'll do it. My piece of shit friends. They struggle. They struggle to show up on and you know, people at home, you know, they can go like, you know, what's going on? Is he just dissing his friends? This is jokes. But given the opportunity to like reflect on because I mean, most people probably don't have a podcast, so most people don't ever call their friends out to do something that means something to them, which absolutely means nothing to my friends. You know, this is like what I do, and I you know, try to make podcasts, try to make people laugh, and the majority of people love getting into it once it's getting started. It's the getting into it part, and a lot of people never experience trying to get their friends to work on their own hobbies. And I'm just now truly realizing how big of pieces of shits that I associate myself with. Like, these guys are losers. I go, these guys got nothing going for them, and they can't even show up for an hour to just make shit jokes and get high and drunk with me. You know what I mean? I go like, dude, you're getting high and drunk by yourself. The fuck? Let's get high and drunk here and talk some shit and record it. And when we're 80, 90 years old in the old folks home, fucking with bones, going like, oh, what's that? Oh, there's a podcast from fucking 70, 60 years ago. Okay. That's kind of funny. It looks so good. You know? And I want, like, memories. I want to build memories. But my friends are like, nah, man, let's forget. They're drinking to forget. You know? But, I mean, we did have some good times with the boys. I always have good times with the boys. Good memories. And when they come around, we'll have some fun. And we'll start doing... Because actually this podcast did start off directly inspired by Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan. Shouts out to Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan. Shouts out to Joe Rogan. But this podcast, to be honest, I only listened to Joe Rogan for a long time. The last year or so is when I started getting into other podcasts. But I tried to pretend to be... Apparently everybody that started a podcast tried to be Joe Rogan. And then I just developed into just doing... Because Joe Rogan tries to be truthful and tries to get the facts out. I like to put the facts as furthest away from this podcast as possible, right? Here's the difference. I'm just trying to just shell out enough misinformation that'll get me canceled, and people will go, dude, what? Mediumjay? Who the fuck's Mediumjay? And why'd they cancel this loser? And then it would start a click revenue stream for my music, and it'd be like a pseudo famous thing. They'd be like, wait, what? Like an Alex Jones, like he's just shelling out crazy shit, and every now and then he is right. Like, I can look back on a couple of things, and I'll probably, my next podcast will probably just go down the list of all the things that I did predict. One, this vaccine was going to be mandatory. I said that. 2, sanction bubbles. We're close. We're close to the government sanctioned bubbles. Well, I won't give it all. I won't give all of my stuff away. But I did say that I think when I was with Glenn, XLG, he was saying shit about this, and when it all broke out, and he was really like, what the fuck is going on? Why did he do that? And I was playing the defense of the other guy even before I knew anything. I didn't know much. I just kind of rambled on, and I was like, I don't know. He defended himself, right? He did defend himself, and a lot of stuff that I say comes from it. I mean, I am a medium, by the way. I do play with tarot cards and Ouija boards, you know what I'm saying? I'm moving these things, and I'm moving, and to be honest, I'm a lazy medium. I'm one of the mediums that go, it'll probably happen. And they go, wait, so do you think I should marry this girl? And I go, it'll probably happen. You're no help. I'm like a drunk medium fortune teller say, what does the crystal ball say? Your life's fucked. It'll be $50. Kyle Rittenhouse comes over to me and he's like, dude, what do I do now? I can never live a normal life, man. I just need some guidance, some spiritual wisdom. Like, what are they saying? I gotta go. The spirits. I'll be like, the spirits. Taking a shot. The spirits are telling me, you're fucked, bud. Have a drink. Get your ass back out there and defend this bar. These motherfuckers are trying to loot me.